You're listening to The Village Thrives, a podcast about parenting and community. If you like this episode, be sure to hit like and subscribe. Go on then, you know you want to. Dun, dun, dun.
Everybody!
Hi guys. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
it's like
back.
it's just
We're
like
back.
it's like a little
Yes.
reunion.
It
Look
is
at
a
us.
little reunion.
It is. It really is. So for anyone who doesn't know us or has have no idea who we are, don't you know who we are?
Yeah, you didn't live in one of the 40 syndicated markets?
I love when
ABC,
my
NBC,
mom's
and
like, "This is
CBS?
my daughter. She's famous." I'm like, "Mom, if you have to tell people I'm famous, I'm
It's not
probably not
fame.
famous." Yeah.
That's a great point.
Donna, tell everybody who we are.
We are former
Mm.
hosts from The List TV show.
Yes.
So we worked together on a news and lifestyle entertainment show, and we had a lot of fun doing lists.
And we came in at different times. There was some overlap. There was some it was just me and Donna with other hosts, and then Christina came in, and then I left, and it was just you guys. So it's like we have these different. It's almost like roommates in college. Like I had some roommates who were like we lived together 3 straight years, and then one guy came and left, and then I left, and then how did you guys know? Oh yeah, y'all were roommates after I. Oh yeah.
This is kind of like Friends, but like the multicultural version.
Oh, that's how they would do Friends today.
Yes,
This is like how Friends should be cast.
Exactly.
Look at Bradley as the cream in between the little Oreo biscuits.
Look at that. I've never been more honored. What a
I love
tasty
it.
position to be in.
Yes. No, it's just kind of crazy how life kind of comes together because we are 3 completely different people who, back before there were influencers and podcasts, there was this one thing called television
Oh yeah.
and syndicated television.
Yep.
And all of our lives and careers kind of converged for this TV show. And then we all ended up in Phoenix, Arizona, of all places. And here we are, 10 years later, kind of picking up where we left off.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's right.
Where
I
are we
moved
now? I mean,
2014.
I'm in Phoenix.
Back in Phoenix.
I'm in Atlanta. I'm ATL. Peace up.
What?
A-Town down.
What?
Yeah, after you left Phoenix, though, you popped around a little bit from place to place.
Yeah, Brooklyn, then Virginia, which involves an adoption we'll get to at some point, and here.
That's so awesome. And I'm still in Phoenix. Yeah, and then you popped around a little bit too.
Popped around New York, back to California, but now back in Phoenix. But obviously the thing that connected us was our job at that time. And what connects us now, as we have remained friends over the years, but also we've had children. And so now there's something that really brings us together because we have stories,
Oh yeah.
right, on our journey of parenthood. And boy, what a ride it's been. And that's what brings us here today to kind of, share our stories and connect with our listeners, because I'm sure that there's a few things that we've been through that we are not alone in.
Sure.
Absolutely. And I think what's interesting too about all 3 of us is how different our parent journeys are.
Mhm.
Both where we are, where we've come from, and then, even broader than that, our families of origin, like how we grew up and how that informs parenting. So I think this spectrum, though we are a small group, we are mighty in our experiences. And I think there's a lot to be said about different people connecting at different points with all 3 of us. So I'm excited about this group as a parental Avengers kind of coming together.
Dun, dun, dun. Not all superheroes wear capes.
Nope.
But they do drink tea and coffee or a
True.
hot beverage, say,
Oh,
perhaps, I
gosh.
think, maybe.
Need.
Which is why today we're going to kick off with, did any of you guys happen to bring a hot beverage with you?
Of course. I'm awake. So yeah.
I love your, are you representing something today, Donna?
I don't know. Is this a bit in your face? Is it on the nose? Guess where I'm from.
Guess what?
If the accent didn't give it away.
Yeah, that's right. Australia. It's great. What a cool place.
Let me do this correctly. Let me get the pinky out, of course.
Of course.
Quite.
Oh, lovely. A nice hot cup of tea.
I know we're going to get into things that we were not expecting, but this is a perfect opportunity to just put it out there. I didn't expect to drink so much cold coffee and cold tea and cold beverages because when you have children, you don't really have time to sit down and have a hot cup of anything.
No.
Which you've taken the words right out of my mouth, Christina,
Yeah.
because I was just thinking the same thing. As I was sipping this hot cup of tea, I was just taking it all in, thinking, I don't get this very often. I'm going to just take a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a point in parenthood where your coffee mostly ends up in the microwave, right?
Yeah.
Because you've heated it up 12 times. But then you hit a sweet spot when the kids go to school and then
Oh.
you're like, "Where did I
Oh.
leave my coffee?" And you remember it's in the microwave and now you get to pull it out and now it's hot and you have literally 30 seconds before the kids get home from school, so you better hurry up and drink that cup of coffee.
And sometimes you've heated it up so much, it is no longer coffee.
Yeah.
It's just a, I don't
It's
even know.
just nuclear sludge by then.
That's right. That's right. Oh, it's
So,
evaporated off.
so that is definitely something that I didn't expect. Before becoming a parent, I had no idea that that would be a thing. No one told me about that. No one warned me.
That's a good one though.
Be prepared to never have a hot tea or coffee.
To that end, when I find a friend of mine or someone kind of like even someone on social who I follow, they're like, I'm going to be a new dad. I'm a new dad. I get their address and I send them this Stanley mug that I loved because it kept things really hot and it had this like action trigger. So you didn't need to like pop anything. You could have it in one hand,
Oh.
basically using the back to pinch and it would open and you could drink it. So baby's in one hand, coffee's in the other. And I was like, dude, you're going to use this way more than you would have ever expected, especially because, to your point, that hot coffee gets lukewarm real fast once you set it
Yes.
down and
Oh,
run
that's a great
upstairs. And
gift idea
yeah,
though.
so it's
That's
like
a really
$30.
good,
Great way to just like love on other
really
dads.
love it. Love it. I've seen, I don't know if any of you have seen this, but there's a hot plate that you
Mm.
Oh,
can,
yeah.
it's a, I guess a mug
We
warmer.
we
Has anyone
had
used
that.
that?
Yeah, it didn't work. Kirsten had that. Now there is a company that makes a mug which actually has a heater in it. Do you have one of those,
I
Christina?
it's called an Ember. It was entirely
Ember.
way too
Yep.
expensive.
It's like $100
But
for the mug, but it's
yeah,
What?
100 times worth that. Kirsten
totally.
absolutely is like, that's the best gift you've ever given me in our entire, other than an engagement ring,
And
ever,
children.
ever,
I'm
and
gonna I'm
children.
gonna have to look that up because
Oh
I've
yeah,
not come across that before. What's it called again?
Ember,
Ember.
Ember.
Yeah, it's a great little mug. You have to charge after you finish, you charge it, but it'll stay warm for a few hours actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 100, maybe $150 depending on what the size that you get. You can,
Yeah.
it's, of course there's an app for it. So you
Yep.
can kind of regulate the temperature on said coffee mug. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it was game changer.
And they have a travel version now instead of just like
Oh,
the regular ones that you could,
yeah.
toss it in the car for, running your kid to school and then you've got to go to work or whatever. It's like there's some great
That's
gear out there for
insane.
parent life.
I can't
Yep.
believe that. I mean, oh my
Hashtag
god! And
parent life.
it might sound, it is rather steep. $100 is a lot of money,
Uh,
but
But how much would you spend every time you smash a mug out of just being angry because the coffee is still it's at least daily. Okay, $5 a
yes.
day. I'm trying to girl math this, so I'm pretty sure $100 is actually a great deal.
Yeah, and then
it
you
would be
also
worth
just
it.
wait. You would just wait for Christmas time, right? When somebody else spends their $100 on you. Should should we talk about our children? I don't know.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Why not?
Do you
That
think
sounds
people
Positively.
we're like, look,
appropriate.
we know your parents. We know that you're parents. We don't
Yeah.
need to know about your children too.
Yeah, some background on them. That's a good idea.
Go on then, Christina. Why don't you take it away?
I'll kick it off. Okay, so when I met these two lovely folks, I had he wasn't totally brand new. He was about 3, I believe, Mateo. Mateo is now 12 years old. He's in the 6th grade. He's magical and wonderful and preteen. And then Sebastian is my little guy who is 5 years old and just, 5 years old, that age is just like 4, 5, 6 is just delicious. And I feel like I had that with Mateo, like these 3 years of just yumminess. And then he got older and he wants to hang out with his friends more than he wants to hang out with me. So I feel like I get to like live vicariously through Sebastian all over again. So I'm just holding on to these couple of years. So he's in kindergarten right now. So that's Mateo and Sebastian are my babes.
And how long have you been married? That factors
Um
in as well.
I'm like happily married. Just kidding.
Just recently, thanks to therapy. But
Just kidding.
before that,
No, we have been married since 2009. So do the math for me.
yeah,
After
let's
you
see,
have children,
9,
you're
10,
like, wait, what?
11,
Whose birthday is it? What
14, 15. I think that's
anniversary?
16 years, right? 9,
Yeah,
10,
we've been
yeah.
together, but we've probably been together for 20 years. So, yeah, Gibby is my husband, and the best gift that he ever gave me was my 2 kids. What? So sentimental. And the Ember, and the Ember mug.
And yeah, it was a close second. Yep,
Okay,
that's
great.
right. Mom approved.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Gibby. Oh, we have our first sponsor of the show, Gibby.
I thought it would be Stanley or Ember, but hey.
I was hoping.
All right, Bradley, you're up.
All right. So we have what is strangely referred to as a bio daughter, a daughter who came from me and my wife, my 12-year-old who's in middle school, 7th grade. She's amazing. She is a theater kid through and through. My wife and I have been married 14 years, coming up on 15 in May. And then we have a 5-year-old whom we adopted, and he's amazing. He's also the hardest thing I've ever done as a parent, as a human. As it's brought an intense amount of growth, intense amount of frustration, intense amount of hilarity. I feel like with kids, the harder you laugh, the harder you fall. It's like if you've got a kid that makes you laugh and you're just like, oh my gosh, he is the most funny, and then 10 minutes later you're like, I need to walk away from this situation and let another adult deal with this person right now. Ellis was not that way, but that's also just her personality. And so that's Loic. He's 5. And then we also have a 29-year-old foster daughter, Ashley. She's
29
almost
already?
30. Isn't that crazy?
I can't believe that.
That's crazy. She came on through Big Brothers Big Sisters with Kirsten. They were paired up when she was only 8. So she's actually the longest relationship outside of her family that Kirsten's had. And when she was 18, we lived in LA. She moved in with us. Then you guys know her from Phoenix because we moved to Phoenix. She moved there. We moved to New York. She stayed in Phoenix and LA, and that's a much longer story. But now she's in Georgia, north of us by about an hour or so. And so that's a whole separate level of parenting too. To go,
I mean, you're
from
all over the place with children.
all over the
That's
place.
another podcast.
Yeah, an adult child and a 5-year-old at the same time. So that's us.
You've run the gamut. You've
Yeah.
covered quite a lot of
little bit of everything.
bases in your family. So yeah, I have 3. I don't like saying step kids.
Yeah.
It just does. I don't know. There's something about step. It's
Does it sound like
There's
very
such
Cinderella?
a negative connotation.
they're all bonus kids.
Okay, yeah.
Bonus kids.
I like that.
Extra children, non-biological kids.
Yeah.
And they're
Non-bios?
wonderful. Non-bio. They're all in their 20s. We have Doran, who's 25. Then there's Marco, who's 23, 22. He's about to be 23. And Gigi, who is 21. And they're kind of scattered all over the country and the world. And then I have a biological child, Easton,
Yeah.
who is 8. And he, again, as Bradley touched on, has just completely obviously changed my world, but I have learned so much about myself through him.
Yeah.
And
that's a good
he's
point.
just this little bundle of energy, as a lot of boys, and I guess all children are, but particularly what
Yeah.
I've seen, boys tend
Yeah.
to have just,
Oh yeah.
I don't know, an infinite amount
Loic
of
is
energy.
a rocket ship, and he just goes until he's out of fuel, and then that's called bedtime.
Easton doesn't have that off switch. Like, he just continually has fuel.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. So
I'll have what he's having.
Exactly. Yeah.
what I was going to say is, because this episode is all about something you didn't know, something I never saw coming was WWE. If you had told me 8 years ago, Donna, you are going to be sitting there watching Seth, what's his name? Seth Rollins and what's his name? Bailey and Cody Rhodes,
Oh, I do know that name. I know that name.
LA Knight.
That's a
The list
great
goes
name.
on.
Yeah,
It's
that's
got
a
to the
good
point
name.
where I actually know the names. It's one thing when it's on in the background. You're like, oh, they do the name. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay,
You
guess
catch
what? I'm
yourself
sitting on the couch.
pausing while you're like
Yeah.
washing
And now
something, and
you're
you're like,
invested in the story.
"Oh, he won. Oh, that's great."
Storyline.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, this is a thing now in our household. Never
So
saw
cool.
coming. Actually, I'll admit it, we've gone to a live show.
You have to,
It's
of
gone that
course.
far.
You have
It's gone that
to.
far.
Look, that's
Um,
like the same as like your kid like liking drums, and you're like, "Let's get you a drum teacher." Like there's that is
yeah,
you got to play into
right.
that.
We're completely played into it. And surprisingly, I'm now um, appreciating
Yeah.
the skills that they have and the
Yeah.
Yeah.
acrobatics and the things that they do. Because when you really break it down and you're looking at like men who are 250, 300 pounds, if not more,
Yeah.
jumping from the ropes and landing, you're just like, what? How are they
Yeah.
still alive? And
They're
bless his
basically all stuntmen and women. I mean, they have to be
right.
able to pull this stuff
And
off without
dancers,
getting
like, right?
hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Gymnastics.
choreographers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in
Yeah. So
they're theater kids
They are
too.
so theatrical. Yeah.
Yeah.
even every now and then, Dermot might say something. I haven't mentioned my husband Dermot, who,
Yes.
sorry, just quickly throw this in.
Yeah.
We have been married a year after Easton was born, so 2018. So you do the math.
And you
Again,
were,
you
but
and Christina
you
are
were
terrible. We don't do
together.
math here.
We don't do
Christina and
math.
I don't do
This is,
math, and we
guys, this is
clearly don't
not
do
math. This is a
anniversaries. Otherwise, no.
no math zone. Can we just make that a statement? We're not adding anything here, guys. We're going to say numbers. They're going to be wrong. We're going to make estimates like last year, or maybe it was 20 years ago. Either way, that's
Yeah.
just, we're too tired.
Just know that coming in.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back to the WWE, every now and then, Easton is so into it, bless him. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, did you see them do this and that? And every now and then I thought, oh, his bubble is going to burst when he finds out this isn't real.
I was
This
going to
isn't real.
ask, does
He
he
doesn't.
know?
Why am I whispering? It's like
I
he's
don't
here
know.
and he's not. I don't know. I feel like I have to bring my voice down.
Because Dermot doesn't know, and he's off camera, and you don't want him to know. He's bursting his bubble today, too.
You're right. So I'm keeping quiet in case the sound waves go all the way to Easton School.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, and I'm still whispering. Anyway, every now and then I'll drop in. Like Dermot will say something, and I'll be like almost, leading into the performance of it all. And I'm like,
Yeah.
slow your roll, babe.
Yeah, yeah,
Hold on
yeah.
a minute. How about this? Oh, Easton, isn't that interesting? They don't bleed that much when they get hit on the head 100 times with a table. It's interesting, isn't it? Okay.
The only thing I would be a little bit worried about is that he's going to be like, oh, you can totally smash somebody up the side of the
Yeah.
head with a table and there will be no blood.
I saw it. I saw it with my own
I
eyes.
saw it on TV.
Well,
it's not that big of
I-
a deal if I go and body slam somebody. They'll be
Yeah.
fine.
I guess that is a concern for parents whose children are watching this. And now it's come to Netflix as well, isn't it? So now, I don't know if you're aware of this, but now Netflix has got the rights to all the WWE. So it's just on all the time.
Oh my gosh. I have friends' kids who are into it, but it hasn't hit here. I think Loic is
Okay.
already such a jump off the side of the sofa guy. He doesn't need any ideas.
Easton he does keep jumping and doing all these tricks and what have you. Last night we were reading in bed and he suddenly jumps up and he's like, what would be your wrestling name, mummy? And I went, oh, I don't know, on the spot.
Oh, I love that.
Maybe, what did I come up with? It was like Slam Dunk Donna, right? And so he's like,
Nice.
and he without hesitation just looked at me. He just went, do you know what mine is? And I didn't even get to answer because he went, Hawk. Hulk, Hawk. And I was like,
but
oh,
American, but not with
That's-
an English accent.
Hawk.
That's
I was
Hawk.
like, oh, wow. So he's
That's
worked
Hawk
that out.
the
He's
bird,
Hawk.
Hawk.
Yeah, Hulk. So he said Hawk. I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, and this is the Hawk Lock. And he just grabs, he's got this big teddy. He's got the teddy upside down. He's put both his legs round it, gone like this, jumped up and just slammed himself on the bed. And I'm like, oh, this might have gone a bit
We're
too far.
starting to move into a new territory.
Hawk, the lock.
Yeah.
The
And he was-
Hawk Lock.
The Hawk lock.
The Hawk Lock. And it was just very direct. And I thought, oh, I actually saw this could be really much like this could really be in my future. This has gone beyond watching it on Netflix. This might be like, Mummy,
Yep.
got something to tell you.
Yep. We're going
I want to be a wrestler when
ringside.
I grow.
Yep.
Oh, that's coming. He's probably like, I'm already a wrestler, so why do I need
Yeah.
to wait till I'm grown
No.
up?
So yeah, I just saw him through different eyes yesterday. I was like, oh, okay.
That's a
Wasn't
good one.
expecting this.
That's a good one.
Mm, mm,
WWE.
yeah, yeah,
That also speaks to how quickly things change from, like parenting. You see how quickly something like a kid is like, oh, okay, whatever. And then literally the next day they're like, I'm obsessed. I'm in. I do all
yeah,
this. And I think that's part of parenting too. Just and that's why like trying to be around as much as you can is so vital, because those changes happen without warning. And all of a sudden it's like they're on to this new thing. And it's fun to be
yeah,
around for it. Not everybody can. Not everybody has schedules
yeah,
or, or just whatever that can be around for that. But
But I think
it's
for
pretty
new
cool.
parents, this is something perfect. This is great piece of advice, is that because they love it today
Oh, yeah.
doesn't
That's the other
mean
thing too.
they're going to love it in 2 weeks. So don't go spend $300
Yeah.
on a complete Ghostbusters outfit and
This
all
sounds
of the
personal.
things, right? I mean, Ghostbusters just was one of the many things that Mateo was obsessed with, and then I bought all the things, and then 2 weeks later he's like moved on to something else that he
Who are you
has
gonna
to love.
call? I don't know. I don't know anymore.
You know,
I don't know who I'm
I've
gonna
moved
call,
on.
mom.
And so with Sebastian, see, I get to do it over again. Now I'm like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
he's like, "Mom, can I have this one thing for my birthday?" Like he's obsessed with being a
Yeah,
doctor right now. I mean, that's a
right.
good obsession though.
Yeah,
And so I'm like, "Yeah, we'll get it for you for your birthday."
right.
Because if in 3 months he's still obsessed, then we're good.
That's a great tip, and I do that with the Easton as well. Like walking through a store, this I want
Yeah,
this. Can I get this? Can I put it on your
yeah,
birthday list or
right.
put it on your Christmas
Yes.
list? And as you
Exactly.
say, if he keeps bringing it up, then we know what Santa's getting you for Christmas. And if he doesn't, then again, that was a fleeting, just I want that now, like an
Yeah,
impulsive
yeah.
want, you know?
I think the flip side of that is true too. If there's something that they're doing that just drives you crazy, it's so easy to think like this is it forever. Like Loic's been waking up in the middle of the night from like 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. or like 3 to 4. And I try
Mm,
to go to the gym early. I'm like to get up at 4:45, be at the gym at 5, like knock it out in the morning, be done. When he does that, it throws off my schedule. And so
Mhm.
we can go 3 weeks and he sleeps the whole time. He wakes up one time and I'm like, well, that's it forever. I'm never getting a full night's sleep again. I guess that's just how it's going to be. And that's just that parent. So
I'll
even
never get to the
even
gym again.
never
My
get to the
life will
gym.
yeah.
always be thrown off.
Even the negative changes too.
Definitely, and I feel like I'm in that place now. Bearing in mind Easton is now 8,
Mm,
that I realise I'm a bit more aware of the phases. Things happen and I'm like,
yeah,
"Oh my
Mhm.
gosh," and then you just think, "Oh no, this is
yeah,
not this is
yeah,
definitely this is gonna be a phase." I don't know how long the phase is gonna be, but it will change and there's gonna be new things replacing it,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But we've been talking about the things that we didn't know would be happening, especially now that we have children, but what about, baby showers and things that people are bought before they even have the baby. And then,
Mm.
like, how many things did you use that you thought you needed? Like, you've done your baby
Oh, yeah,
registry,
yeah.
or people have bought you things. Now, I will say, in the UK, back in the day, you wouldn't have a baby shower and a registry. You would buy things once the baby was born. So that was
Mm.
a
Oh,
new
okay.
thing to me once I came to America. That was back in 2005. So,
Been a
how
minute.
trends and things
Yeah.
really kind of
That's
travel
20
around the
20
world.
years?
So,
2005,
yeah,
20
yeah,
years
20
ago?
years, exactly.
Wow.
So now maybe I can imagine we probably do baby showers. We like to celebrate as much as, the best of them,
Yeah.
Well, I
any
think
excuse
like
for a
Instagram
party.
and
But
like social media and stuff like that, like everything now like raises the bar. So maybe,
It's
you
all
know,
extra. Everything is
yeah,
yeah,
extra now. I was
it
just
has
telling
to
my
be.
friend about this.
So like with Mateo, we had so much stuff and I felt like I had to have all the things. I think we had 3 strollers before he was even born. We had a crib that he never slept in. We had clothes that
mm,
he grew out of so quickly, but like I had to have all of the things that when it
mm.
came to Sebastian, poor guy didn't even get a bed.
He's still naked, by the way. I
Yes,
saw that he's
exactly.
just still no clothes.
But it was so tough because my niece had a baby last year and she had all the things on her registry and I like I didn't want to be a fun sponge, right? And just be like, you don't need any of that stuff. Like I didn't want to be that person, but I also like tried to get her to like move into other things. I'm like, okay, well, you want to, you're a lot of people want to get you gifts. Why don't you ask for like gift cards or things that will these like things, these monogrammed onesies and all that stuff is cute in the moment and cute, but it's such a waste of money. And just stuff is piled on top of stuff. And she's like, nope, I want the things. I'm like,
Especially with your first child. With your first
totally,
child, you're all in. You're
totally.
like, I want it all. I want them to have the
Yeah.
best. I want them to have what I didn't have. All
Yeah.
of the things. It's something, unless we're aware of it and we're very conscious of, which doesn't usually happen until after we've had a child or our
Yeah.
first child.
Mm-hmm.
We just generally don't really pay attention to. We just want it, and we want the
Yeah.
best for our baby, And if we're lucky enough to have a big village of people
Mm-hmm.
around you, your child will get lots of things, including
Mhm.
love and attention, but also lots of material things as well. And not everybody's as fortunate as having the village around them, which is why we are here today, so that you can. There is a village online that will help to support and encourage, and you know, hopefully give you a little sense of you're not in this alone. And if I say I speak from experience, I am very fortunate to have wonderful family and friends around me. However, myself and my husband are both from another country, both living in America. So we have friends and family visit. But when I first had Easton, once family had gone, I was just like, I had three big kids, my three new bonus kids, myself and Dermot, and then both Dermot and my family are in another country. And I just
Mm.
felt so alone. And I know that a lot of
Mm.
mums do speak about feeling alone and isolated because their world has changed so much, even if you do have family around you in person. But to be honest, that was, if I say, the catalyst of coming up with a program like this. It was like, okay, I feel so alone. What did I tap into? I tapped into podcasts and
Mm.
stories and audiobooks and just listen to other women and people. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be able to give that back as well. Like, I know how much that meant to me. Maybe, this platform would give us a chance to give someone else hope as they're listening. Like, oh my gosh, okay, they did that too.
Yeah.
She went through that. He went through that. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a great tip. So, I think the village can come in many forms in real life and
Mhm.
also online. And I feel like as we said at the top of the show, the combined experiences and background of each of us will bring very different, experiences to the table. And we can all
Mhm.
speak about the same topic, but have very, very different perceptions, views, and experiences on that thing.
Yeah.
But it's definitely interesting to see how different we all parent. But there's certain things we are not going to escape from or get away
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
I also love that you decided to bring in a dad,
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
right? We have like mom conversations or mom coffee dates or call my mom, but how often do you like hear from like the dad's point of view?
Mm-hmm.
Bradley, tell us about it. Tell us
Well,
about, labor
yeah.
and delivery, how challenging that
Oh,
was
let me
for you.
tell you. Let me tell you. It's 9. I'm never getting my body back. Tell you that much. No, I think that the dad perspective, and I actually hosted my own kind of show called Attempting Fatherhood and interviewed a bunch of dads. And, it was different perspectives. It was brand new dads who were kind of newer than me. It was dads with kids in college. And there's dads that, kids were getting married, it's like older than me. And so I got a nice kind of like connection with these different stages of dad life because there's so many different stages of parenting. I mean,
Mhm.
you can connect with somebody who's in like a diapering phase. If you're in a diapering phase, like you kind of forget about a lot of that stuff. I was at my friend's house and they have a baby and they were cleaning bottles, like bottle brushes and stuff. And I was like, oh
Oh,
man, I hated that.
PTSD.
I was like, I can't be here right now, bro. I gotta
Wow.
bounce. This is
Yeah.
too much. And you just forget about these parts of that. So like there is some importance to like connecting to people in your own stage, but at the same time, it's also nice, like if you're running a marathon, to see the people who have turned the corner and they're almost to the finish line, or the people who did, and like lean on some of that, because that is just as helpful for the in the moment, especially the like freak outs or the like, are we doing this right? Or what are we doing? Was the question that every parent asks at almost every turn. But yeah, I think it's also like, look, dads, the bar is so low. The bar is so low for a dad. You just show up. If you know your kids' names, you're getting an award. I mean, people are like, wow, he's so involved. Like, the school they go to, like, you're going to be president of dad world. If a mom comes 5 minutes late to a PTA meeting, she's
That's true.
ostracized. It's
Yeah,
like
it's the
this. We should
double
call child
standard.
So
services.
true.
I can't believe that this woman even shows her face, and it's so sad. It's so bad. And so, that's part of like my own personal, I guess journey is trying to remind dads about that. Like one
Raise the
level,
bar.
raise the bar. On one level, just show up and we're making a big difference already. And on another, understand how much harder it is and how much higher that bar is for your partner, even if you're not married. Just the
Mhm.
woman of a child, the expectation is so much higher. So that's a lot of stuff that I've derived from these types of conversations and hopefully will be part of our conversations too.
I wonder though, with that being said though, because this is called the village, and
Yeah.
it's easier for women, I think, to go to friends and just be like, oh, this one thing
Mm,
happened, or I'm feeling like this.
mm.
Go to their village. Did you find that it was like that men, dads had a village?
No, definitely not. That was part of the reason
Mm.
for attempting fatherhood. My wife has text groups and she's really active on social and she's got, there's Facebook groups of like, Upper East Side moms and she mostly just watches that to feel better about our life. But as people are just on there like, oh, I'm on my fourth husband and he's cheating again and the nanny and it's like, whoa, this is a great
Oh,
show. I love
jeez.
this. Um, but there's so much help out there and there is a lot of that like female camaraderie, but for dudes it's like I don't know what's up, there's been a huge growth though I would say in the past 5 to 10 years. I mean, from you'll see dads wearing like dad gear, like there's Dad Gang is a really popular kind of apparel brand that supports dads. There's lots of great dad bloggers and not so many podcasts per se, but lots of great accounts, Instagram accounts, and some are memes where you're like, yeah, that's me, and then some of them are inspirational quotes and some of them are trying to help dads be better. But for the most part, God, we don't look. I mean, the cliche of like like guys don't ask directions. We're just going to figure it out. Let's just go. That's kind of how parenting is. And I always joke that like, even if a dad wrote the book on how to be a great dad, we're probably not going to read that book anyway. I'm not even gonna if you're like, this is the book. I'm like, that's great. But like, I'm probably not going to
So
read it.
wait, so how did your podcast do?
Well, it was great for
Did
me.
you
It was
listen to
such a
your own podcast?
personal, yes, it was such a personal because every single kid is different. Therefore, every family is different. I mean, certainly there's commonalities, but like that's something that you don't think about. This is one of your original questions, Don. I was like, before, parenting or before having kids, what I didn't consider was like all of the ingredients that make me up that now mix with my partner, wife, that now then influence how I parent and how I see the world in very unique ways. And so, like, all these dads had very different experiences. And some of it was like, my dad wasn't around. I had to figure out how to be a dad. Other people were like, I work from 8 to 8 because I'm trying to grow a business. And, I feel bad about not being around my kids, but like, then we take these huge trips or like whatever. So it was like all these families are really operating differently. So the dads take they were there because we all want to be better dads. We all want to show up for our kids and for our spouses, but everybody's version of that and vision of that was really different.
Hmm.
Which is amazing. As you're saying that, you say that there's not as much of a village per se for men as there is for women. But Dermot and I have been watching, well, actually, and Easton, we've been doing this family show. It's called Back to the Frontier on HBO.
Okay.
And it's basically homesteading. So these modern day families go back to the 1888.
That's
And there's a lot
cool.
of history there, and we learned so much. So it was a really, really fun, educational, and eye opening show because it
Yeah.
reminds you of our roles back in a
Yeah.
certain period of time,
Yeah.
reminds us what the women were doing, what the men were doing. Anyway, from that show, because we love that one so much and it ended, we're like, oh, well, what are we going to find now? Dermot had found something on YouTube and I think it's called Decades. It's very similar. They get modern day families and they take them through decades. We've only
Oh, that's
watched the
cool.
first one, which was in the 1920s. And the reason I bring this up is because we think about this in the UK, it was very like social class. You got like the lower
Mm,
class, middle class, upper class. And back in the 1920s, the men had no relationship, especially in the upper class families, no
Mm.
relationship with their very limited. I shouldn't say
uh-uh,
no, because I'm sure there's
mm-mm.
men out there
Yeah.
from that period of time
Yeah.
who were inclined to connect with their children.
Yeah.
So we have this modern day family that are now in this period of time. And the really clever thing is they've taken these modern day families who themselves are from different socio-economic backgrounds. So the people who are more working class have now been put in the household of the 1920s. It's almost like a bit like Downton Abbey. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
very affluent.
Yeah.
And one of the things that the modern day family do on a day-to-day basis, they're fully into their kids. They're really engaged and involved. And at one point, the father of the household, he just went out all day and was socializing, gentlemen's club here and doing this. The mum was at home all day. Now, this is like obviously showing maybe a stereotypical household, what would go on. As soon as they walked into the house to meet their new staff and home, they're
Oh, that's
greeted by the
lovely.
house. Yes, yes. Oh, yes.
We
I'm
sign up.
in.
Where was this? Dad socializing, mom gets a staff. So far, so good. I don't know.
1920s
No,
sound
it takes a
amazing. I
turn.
mean, I don't
No,
think they
it
liked the
sound-
brown people
this-
back then, but
Yeah,
But this
that's
is
true.
this is why sometimes the grass seems greener on the other side, because they go in and they're like, wow, we've got this staff. Oh my God. And they feel awkward. They're like, oh, okay. A
Yeah.
nanny comes down the stairs and whisks the children away. They're like, oh, gone. And so they're standing there like, okay. But I guess through filming, they make this really serious because, some shows may seem a certain way, but, behind there's a lot of production in there. So they know
Yeah,
what to
yeah.
expect. It really did seem like this family had no idea what was going on. They walked in and they done this thing and the kids are whisked away with the nanny and the cook's going to get dinner ready, and they had the valet who dresses them and undresses them and
Right.
all of this. They're not doing things for themselves. They don't even tie their
tell me
shoes
the
up.
downside. Tell me the downside.
We're
Get
just
to the
going up
downside
here.
of
I
it.
don't.
This is the
No, this sounds like Mary Poppins in the flesh, and I am here
All
for
for
it.
all signed up. Where do I sign? What happens is over time, as time goes on, they start missing the kids. For example, the mum's like,
Sure.
she's sitting there as the kids, like the nanny will bring the kids and say hi to mummy.
Yeah.
Hi, mum. Okay, off we go again.
There
We're
we
going to go and
go.
play.
Yeah.
And they've gone. And she's seen them for like 5 minutes throughout the day. And she's just sitting in this room looking out the window, like the mum.
Yeah.
And it's got to the point she's actually really, really upset. She's
Aw.
bored. She's like, I miss my family.
Yeah.
And then the dad goes and does his thing and comes back. So he walks into the house and one of the kids is in the kitchen. And the dad, I love this, in his everyday life, with the kids and the mum, it's all about them, and he's kind of on the sidelines.
Yeah.
So he starts taking his role as the man of the household
Yeah.
very seriously, and he really gets into character.
Yeah.
He's like, "What are the kids doing in the kitchen?" Right? And
So
they're like,
wild.
the kids are like, "What's happened to Daddy?"
Yeah.
And
Who's
they're
that guy?
whisked away again, and he's feeling kind of empowered. He's like, getting my manhood back.
Ah.
Right? He's feeling all
That's
manly.
interesting, though. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's really feeling it. And then there's later on, something happens where the kids are crying for him, but he's like, someone's got to take care of them. But
Yeah.
really, he starts breaking down because he can't
Yeah.
bear the thought of hearing his kids cry. And then eventually he breaks his role. He's like,
Yeah.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And he goes and gets his kids and he's just squeezing them. He's
Yeah.
cuddling them. He said, I'm sorry. I can't keep doing it this way. So just to see
The tough
the
thing is
modern day.
that's got to be hard for kids to cross that line, like to
Ooh.
not feel. It's almost like when you watch an old movie and you see like a little baby crying and you're like, did they pinch their foot? Like, did they? Why? How did they
I didn't
know?
think
Like, it
about
just
it
kind of
like that.
feels like I don't
Yeah.
know if that's staying out of the therapist session in a
Right.
couple years. I'm pretty sure that's going to be. Well, remember when my dad was a lord and my mother was a lady, and he screamed at me for being in the kitchen. I don't like eating now, so let's talk about that.
And I cried and cried, and you
No,
didn't come
it
and
was all
rescue me.
for a show. It was
And
for
I
a
can't
show.
walk into kitchens. I've got a phobia.
Yeah, I'm 6, Dad. My brain's not fully formed. Sorry, won't be for another 20 years. The ability to separate reality from fiction. That's why, I mean,
my God.
Loic can't even watch like some Disney movies because it's too scary. That's on the TV. I can't
Yeah.
even fathom putting him in that situation and having him look at me and then me knowing I'm playing a character and him being like,
they
what does that even mean? And I
Yeah.
like,
They
wow.
probably didn't know. He just got sucked into he got sucked right in. They thought, this is
Yeah.
going to be fun. Oh my gosh, we get the house. It's got everything.
Yeah.
But I think the moral of the story
Is how, well, really, the moral is that I think a lot has changed with
Yeah.
men's involvement with their children.
Yeah. Yeah.
how it's changed
And
for sure.
parenting styles, all of that. You're
Mhm.
right. Different
Yeah.
decades. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would also say just quickly, not to drag out this whole section about this show, but when you looked at the lower class families, because they all slept in the same room, they were
Yeah.
very, very
Interesting.
connected. So they may not have had a lot of like material wealth, but it seemed like they
Yeah.
had a really, really strong
Mhm.
connection within the family. They were around
Mm.
each other and supported
That's why we
each
like to
other.
keep it, like, right at, like, lower middle class,
Yeah.
just
Just on
to
that edge.
just yeah, exactly.
Just on the edge. It's okay for you to be in the kitchen, but just for a
We
little
just
bit
want
of
it, yeah,
Oh
time,
my
exactly.
not
gosh.
long.
Oh my god. So I actually asked a few, I did a post and we had some responses from our topic for today.
Oh, great.
Okay, give
And
it to
I'm going
us.
to pull that up now. Okay, so
All
we
right.
have.
Let's get to the general public.
So, what do you know now that you didn't know before becoming a
Mm,
parent? Simone Olivia Pope says,
mm,
how much time you have
mm. Or don't.
or don't. Either
Oh, you
way,
Yeah.
I
mean, like,
think it's
before, like, she had a lot of time or she
how
has a
much
lot of
time.
time
I
now?
think your perception of, not your perception,
Oh,
I
that's
think
true.
your just time changes for you. And
Mm,
I think you also have a different perception of time because of your child's birthdays. You're like, oh,
mm.
they're 10, double digits.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, where did 10 years go? I think you have
Oh,
a,
yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
I think time goes by, they say, and I love this quote. It's when you're a parent, the days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah, I do love
And I
that.
think that's a great example of where you're struggling in the moment every single day, particularly the younger years, washing baby bottles and
Yeah.
Yeah.
cleaning up
Yeah.
mess and
I
just
have a I have a weird perception of time too when it comes to, like, kids getting older and feeling like I am staying like, that I'm staying the same. So, like, Bradley said that his daughter was in the 7th grade. I'm like, "But you're still the same age as I like, you're the same age as I remember you. So how do you have a 7th grader? Like, how did they get older and we stay the same?"
so that's what it is. It's a
Yeah.
it's a warped sense of time.
Yeah. I
For
think that's a good
sure.
way to say it. Warped. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a good one.
And then, so we also have Anna underscore Ulrich. She says that how your family treated you, you keep running into until healed, and so does your
Oh, yeah.
child.
Oh, that's so good.
Mhm.
That's what we call like past wounds, right? Or previous trauma. You only know what you know, and until you
Mhm.
face that or are open enough to someone to call you on it. And that's part of what I was saying is like the idea of family of origin. The way you were raised, the way your partner was raised are
Mhm.
usually different. So now you have to come together and decide like I like these three things from my family the way I was raised. You like these three. Let's leave the other bits and let's build our own business,
Hmm.
But
of
I think it's
family.
that awareness in yourself and,
Yeah.
like, your past traumas. I had this situation with my boys recently where we had to talk to them about something really challenging and really hard, and immediately my thought process was go to, like, give them cookies. Like, let me make
Mm,
it better as quickly as I
mhm.
possibly can, and let's not be in this uncomfortable conversation for any period of time that we
Yeah.
don't have to be. And in the moment that I said, well, I'm gonna take you to Disney World. I was like, "Oh, jeez." Let them sit in it, but that's my own
Yeah.
trauma, and in that moment, I was like, "Oh, that's me totally that's how I
Mm,
used to process as a kid, and I'm trying to do it to my kids. Let's not have uncomfortable feelings. Let's just move
let's
straight
just
through this, and
we're good.
everything is great."
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
that awareness,
Mm.
super
Yeah.
good.
Way to
So
go,
yeah, I
Anna.
think
Good point.
again that we've mentioned this a few times. I think throughout. I think we've all kind of commented on how having a child makes you really look at your own life and your own childhood, and it is a self discovery. It's a learning curve. You think they're learning from you, but you learn so much from them. And that is definitely something I didn't know was
Yeah.
going to happen before I became a parent. Like how apparent that was going to be.
But I think you
Mhm,
have to be open to that. I know plenty of parents that aren't that way. I know
mhm.
plenty of parents that aren't
Okay.
learning from their kids or being open to their own self-introspection to say, "Why do I get really mad when we're late somewhere? What
I
is
wonder
it
if that's
about being
generational
late?"
too. Like, I feel like we're in a new phase of being
Yeah.
more self-aware.
Oh,
Like, my mom
100%.
No, my mom didn't think
No,
twice about anything. She's never thought about why she talked to me or
no.
did things that she did.
Yeah.
She's never thought twice about it. She's like, this is just the way it's going to be.
Yep.
So it sounds like what you're saying is that it's just part of our human evolution. We're on this
Yeah,
track
I
to
think
just
so.
like expand and growing. Our consciousness is growing, and that then flows into our family life as well,
Yeah.
and
I
who
would
we
think
are
so.
as
Yeah.
humans. Yeah, I've actually seen quite a lot of like conscious parenting
Yeah.
accounts, and this is the thing with the conscious parenting. Sometimes it can be overwhelming because there's a lot of time and effort that comes into that, a lot of explanations, a lot of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
some parents are like, no, I've got 2 jobs. I've got to
Right.
run.
Right.
You can't do that because I said so. Bye.
Yeah.
Got to
Yeah.
go.
I don't have time to explain.
You don't have
Yeah.
time to do all that. So, we're just all doing the best we can. So, it'd be great for any of our listeners if you want to kind of head on over to The Village Thrives on Instagram and
Yeah.
Threads. Set up a
Yeah. Come
Threads as
on.
well. And tell
Wow.
us things that you know now that you didn't know before you became a parent. Would love to hear what you have to say about this. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I mean, I think the whole point of this is for the listener. I mean, it's going to be fun to chat with you guys, obviously, and that's always a nice side item to doing podcasts, but it's for the community. So engage with it, be with it,
Takeaway.
share it, send
Yeah.
it, be a part of it, because we're here for you just as much as we're going to be bouncing ideas off of you guys too.
So, guys, we want to know what you think. So please head on over to our social media platforms and our YouTube channel, The Village Thrives. The Village Thrives.
Oh
And I
yeah.
hope you're thriving after listening to this.
Love you. Bye, friends.
Bye guys.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us at The Village Thrives. And remember, parenting isn't meant to be done alone. When the village comes together and supports one another, we thrive. We'll see you next time.
The way you taught me how to love me when I didn't love myself. Way you grant my every wish like a well. The way you took the heat in Texas and cooked it into breakfast, paving the way for me to excel. And there you are back in the kitchen, making my favorites. Doesn't get better than this. Oh, everything is precious when I'm in your presence. You make my world go round and round. Oh, every single second with you's another present. You lift me up when I'm feeling down. Life is so precious when you're around. Everything's precious when you're